The third 10-ton elephant standing in our living room that nobody is talking about, yet is the true source of blood flow restrictive erectile dysfunction and arteriosclerosis, is free radicals. Free radicals ravage our endothelial system, which is responsible for producing healthy levels of nitric oxide. Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry blame LDL cholesterol as the cause of arteriosclerosis. But that is just like blaming the ambulance driver who has arrived at the scene of an accident for causing the accident. LDL cholesterol is the ambulance driver, and arteriosclerosis is our body's only mode of protection from the free radicals, as long as we are ignoring this 10-ton elephant in the room. Free radicals come from 4 primary sources. Number 1, heavy metals are now shown through the latest scientific studies to be a major contributor to blood flow restrictive ED and arteriosclerosis. Arteriosclerosis is now seen as not just a fat-blocking disease, but also an inflammatory disease from these heavy metals. An animal-based diet is high in saturated fats, carcinogens, and free radicals. The science is clear that an animal-based diet negatively impacts sexual and endothelial performance within hours of just one animal-based meal. Over time, this leads to blood flow restrictive ED and arteriosclerosis. Environmental pollutants are a major source of free radicals, as well as endocrine or hormonal disruptors. Importantly, this includes microplastics found in plastic water bottles, which the latest science shows is able to pass the blood-brain barrier. Other environmental pollutants include pesticides, as well as other household, industrial, and systemic pollutants. And smoking. That's it. These are the root sources of free radicals, which actually are the true cause of blood flow restrictive ED and arteriosclerosis. Our liver produces increasing levels of cholesterol whenever there is free radical damage taking place in our endothelial system. LDL is not bad cholesterol, as Western mainstream medicine is misinforming us to believe. LDL cholesterol is a wondrous creation, rich in antiviral, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties. Our liver sends LDL cholesterol to the site of free radical damage, where it effectively deactivates the free radicals. As long as we continue to introduce free radicals into our endothelial system, our liver will continue to create arteriosclerosis as a critical mode of protection. The statin industry is one of the richest on earth. Statins are the highest grossing pharmaceutical product in world history because they are regularly prescribed on a mass level at the first sign of any cholesterol imbalance. Statins bruise the liver to the point where it cannot produce healthy levels of cholesterol. The latest science is showing increased fatalities in elderly taking statins due to cardiovascular events and cancers. Western mainstream medicine and the statin industry are taking away our body's only mode of protection from free radicals in the form of cholesterol, failing to identify or acknowledge the true source of arteriosclerosis in the form of free radicals, and causing increased side effects, disease, cancer, and deaths. If we were to look this definition up in the dictionary, the very word that would describe this medical approach is malpractice. Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry absolutely do not want you to know the source of blood flow restrictive ED and arteriosclerosis, as well as how we can heal it using natural healing modalities combined with simple and easy behavioral lifestyle changes. A pill can never replace true healing. We need to be crystal clear that there are no curative healing powers in ED and statin pills. Most people mistakenly believe these pharmaceutical drugs are healing them and curing the underlying issue. Instead, we become dependent on these pills for our entire life because they are merely suppressing, masking, and covering up the root source of the dysfunction or disease. I cannot emphasize this point enough. Regarding blood flow restrictive ED and arteriosclerosis, I ask the simple question, how can we empower our own body to produce healthy levels of nitric oxide intelligently from within, whenever and wherever we want it, so that we are no longer dependent on this mechanical, awkward, and truly unacceptable idea of reaching for a pill every time we want to make love. Regarding arteriosclerosis, these pills place us in grave danger. These pills disempower us, molding us into lifetime repeat customers for the purpose of enriching these corporations. First, we identified the root source of blood flow restrictive ED and arteriosclerosis, which is free radicals, and eliminate them from what we eat, drink, and breathe. Secondly, we use natural antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and adaptogenic intravenous or IV therapy and supplements to support the deactivation and elimination of free radicals. It is critical that we do not continue to allow free radicals to keep recreating arteriosclerosis once we have removed existing arteriosclerosis in all 60,000 miles of our blood vessels simply, easily, and without side effects. It is done with intravenous or IV therapy. Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry absolutely do not want you to know about safe and effective natural healing modalities, such as IV therapy, and are actively trying to suppress and eliminate IV therapy and other holistic modalities through their revolving door into the FDA. IV therapy currently represents a very serious threat to the billions of dollars they make off of statins and bypass surgeries. There is an unprovoked war taking place on the naturopathic and functional medicine arena today, which is being launched by Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry. They are attempting to strip us of our God-given right to natural holistic medicine, which is our only true mode of healing. If we allow them to succeed, we will be handing over all of our power to them permanently. This is why it is so critical to speak up for your rights to the FDA. Never tolerate this diabolical attack and support naturopathic and functional medicine doctors. Access to proven, safe, and effective natural healing modalities has always been and should always be our democratic right. Sovereignty over the inherent powers within our own body and natural healing modalities provided to us is our inalienable right, period. The right to protect ourselves and our family from unnecessary side effects, pain, discomfort, dysfunction, disease, and cancers should never be at play, solely due to the greedy and overbearing motives of corporate profiteering. We must protect lives over money. The government and the FDA must be held accountable to protect our rights and our lives. Arteriosclerosis is a conglomeration of plaque, heavy metals, and calcification. Calcium EDTA removes the heavy metal and calcification components, while Plaque X removes the plaque component. EDTA is called a chelator, which in Latin means to claw. It essentially binds to and removes toxic heavy metals which do not belong in our body and causes major inflammatory reactions. Plaque X is a brand name for the active ingredient called phosphatidylcholine, or PC, and is derived from soybeans. PC makes up all the cell walls in our body. PC restores cholesterol balance and backs out the plaque portion of arteriosclerosis. At the same time, PC brings our cells back to life, which have gone dormant. PC is an anti-aging therapy, along with another IV known as NAD. The trial to assess chelation therapy, or TACT-1, which was a major government-funded study, showed a 51% reduction in cardiac events and a 43% reduction in mortality in patients with diabetes after receiving just one full course of EDTA. This has spurred the TAC-2 study, which is ongoing. Another comprehensive study of 22,765 patients showed a 87% marked improvement in vascular disease after just one full course of EDTA. They estimated that 363,000 of the 407,000 bypass surgeries could have been entirely avoided that year, saving $8 billion. Both of these studies did not even include Plaque X IV therapy. Mainstream Western medicine and the pharmaceutical industry continue to deny and suppress this information despite the overwhelming scientific studies and vast experiential evidence. With the help of the FDA, they hinder and harass naturopathic and functional medical clinics, making it harder to obtain these natural healing IVs. IV therapy is the cutting edge of natural medicine. I believe it is the wave of the future. Other IVs such as NAD, Myers cocktail with triaminos, glutathione, poly-MVA, and ozone support our body to heal the very source of blood flow restrictive ED and arteriosclerosis by eliminating free radicals. IV therapy delivers 100% of chelators, antioxidants, nutrients, amino acids, enzymes, peptides, building blocks, and adaptogenic support on a cellular level because it is delivered directly through our blood to our cells that need it, entirely bypassing the digestive tract where most of them are lost and excreted. Through the cutting-edge science of IV therapy, we can successfully address and heal the source of cardiovascular, neurodegenerative, and autoimmune diseases, as well as cancers, chronic fatigue, mold, Lyme's disease, and more by supporting and empowering our body to fulfill its mandate of restoring perfect balance and health. Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and adaptogenic supplements also get to the root source of nitric oxide dysfunction by deactivating free radicals. This allows our endothelial layer to produce healthy levels of nitric oxide whenever and wherever we need it, rather than being dependent on nitric oxide boosters from an outside source. We want to empower ourselves and our own bodies rather than empowering these corporations. We are absolutely capable of empowering our own body. We deserve to have the power to truly heal ourselves from within, free of side effects, using natural healing modalities. We must fight for and demand our right to natural healing modalities. We cannot allow corporate conglomerates to take this from us. It is our life and our right. I visualize a future where everyone can afford natural IV therapy, which will be covered by our insurance. I visualize a future where naturopathic doctors are decorated to the same level as MDs, who merely prescribe pharmaceuticals and surgeries, yet never actually provide any true healing and empowerment. We are aware of this, waking up to this, and will change this in the future. We are tired of never receiving answers, feeling sick and dying, while corporations get wealthy at our expense. There truly is no place for erectile dysfunction, arteriosclerosis, and cardiovascular events today. It is corporations with their misleading marketing and attempts to keep the real solutions hidden, who actually keep us imprisoned in their draconian and archaic dungeons of sickness, dysfunction, disease, and death. Our friends, family, and culture perpetuate and give undue credence to these mega corporate conglomerates and their lies. It is these mega corporate conglomerates and the power they took from us who rob us of the true solutions which can actually heal and transform us. It is time to take our power back from them. As you can see, the solutions for these 10-ton elephants standing in our living rooms, which represent the very sources of porn-induced erectile dysfunction, porn-induced arousal dysfunction, energetic erectile dysfunction, blood flow restrictive erectile dysfunction, arteriosclerosis, and cardiovascular disease is simple, easy, and in many cases, free. These solutions provide the priceless freedom to look and feel the way that you truly deserve, as well as the empowerment to generate sexual and physical performance and potency from within your own neurology, energy, and body. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to catch the next video.